Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit. As we see now, the left cabal is now trying to somehow put a spoke in the wheels of the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha. We're going to be talking about that, their motives, and also how some useful idiots are helping their cause. So we'll talk about all these things. But first, please like this video and also subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. We have shown you a very easy way to subscribe to all our channels. We will again demonstrate that sometime during the middle of this conversation. First, let's welcome Sumit Pirgi. Sumit ji, Ram Ram, how are you, sir?
Ram Ram, Namaskar, Pranam, Vanakkam, all fine and good, sir. All is your blessings and kripa, and all is the God's grace.
Everything we attribute it to our Mahadev, and that's why we always leave with a chant Har Har Mahadev. So this is really what is our ethos, and we cannot go far away from this. Misguided souls with the lure of money are saying and will do anything just to get their money's worth. That's all I can say. Let's now talk about the topic. Sumit, today, there has been a raging controversy over a few days. My limited point, viewers, is PGurus is an intellectual channel. You come watch programs on PGurus because you want to get to the bottom of something. You want to get an in-depth perspective. The perspective sometimes could be opposite. We provide both. And we say, you decide. We are not saying this is right or this is wrong. You decide. For example, de-dollarization. We have given you both sides of the story. Things like that. We don't have, room for somebody coming and trying to say something and hoping that that will stick. You cannot lay the blame of the society at the doorstep of one community, period. Every one of us have to treat each other as a human being first. We are human beings. We are then some language speakers. We could be some citizens of some country. All those things come much later. But first, we are human beings, and treat each one as a human being. That's all my limited request to all of you with folded hands. Now I yield the floor to Sumit ji. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, thank you very much. In the name of Bhagwan Shri Ganesha, let's do the Shri Ganesha of this vlog. I first of all, I would request everybody, you have to subscribe to channel, you have to like the video, and you have to press the bell icon. That is a hand-folded request as always. You see, what Sri sir made is a very important point. If you look at the good people, if you look at the bad people, and if you look at the worst people, they come from all community, all regions, all languages. You cannot say because Hitler was German, so Germans are bad, right? Or you cannot say, Mussolini was Russian, for example, or he was Italian, that's why all the Italians are bad. No. There are good and bad people. I mean, there are people who have done the greatest of contributions to the science. They belong to the same country, right? So this thing about trying to target one community is utterly wrong. And let me tell you, with all the conviction at my command, I don't know, at one episode of PGurus, I told you this. The reason why convergence could not happen in India, the Islam came and converted places in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Even Lebanon is in front of you, 40 years. Why the convergence could not happen in India? I had shown you that proof and I can't remember the person. I mean, it was quoted, and it is because of the Brahmins. The Brahmins were always seen a wall, and they were told, as long as this Brahman exists, you will not be able to convert, Hindustan and Bharat or India, and you will not be able to convert Sanatan Dharma. It's the Brahman who is, because this Brahman is holding the virtue, is holding the Dharma. For him, Dharma is everything. It's not about money. It's not about wealth. It's not about prosperity. It's not about fame. It's all Dharma. That is the important word. Ji sir, kuch keh rahe the.
Sumit ji, this is attributed to a Portuguese preacher called Francis Xavier, and correct. His body still is in a church in Goa. You go there is a his body still lies in wait. They say correct. That when they tried to take his body back to Portugal, the ship wouldn't move and things like that. Somehow there is some sainthood around this person, but this quote that you said we attribute it to them, saying that as long as Brahmins are there, I'll never be able to convert. And this guy is a very cruel past, very cruel past. People don't tend to, we are very, what can I say? Things happened in a hurry. You can't give that as an excuse, but our history books are just plain dead wrong. And they've also papered over a lot of real facts. The way the Kashmiri Pandits have been treated, and then how, and this migration away from Kashmir has happened for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. I don't know how many of you know, guys. Gaud Saraswat Brahmins, these are called GSB. These are people who have actually been forced to migrate down south from Kashmir. You will find them as far down as Thiruvananthapuram. Today they speak the local language. Okay, so they, and each of them carry a history. Some of them have very light eyes. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that we have to move past this thing. Don't try to say that one community is the reason for all my trouble. It's very easy to lay the blame at somebody else. We have to introspect. Yeah.
Even when we talk of these terrorists, we talk of jihadis. We don't talk of the Muslim community. We say about these people with this jihadi mindset. We are singling out these people. When we talk of terrorists, we tell which kind of people are with this jihadi mindset. We're not saying Muslims. We're not saying anything. And Sir Chanakya, and all the great names of Indian ethos which the world today looks forward to, they have been Brahmins. Brahmins have contributed geometry, mathematics, trigonometry, and that is what they were designed to do. They never had power. They were not kings. They were not rulers. They were not controlling lands. They were only controlling virtue of knowledge, intellect, and wisdom. And these things you cannot force anybody with knowledge, intellect, and wisdom. So this notion has to go out, and Brahmins have always contributed. I'm telling you, invaders, Islamic invaders, even in the Persian text you can find this. They are acknowledging, sir, it is because of the Brahmins we could not convert. It's because of the Brahmins, for 1,000 years they could not convert India into an Islamic country. They acknowledge that, and they say as long as the Brahman is there, he's the custodian of the religion and faith. He will hold to that religion and faith, because imagine you have all the intellect, you have all the things, but you don't want to be a king. You don't want to be anything. You just want to be a teacher. You want to run a Gurukula. You want to have that very basic living and live. And today, for example, what do even Brahmins have today? They're not very rich people. They're not very wealthy people. But the power of intellect, the power of knowledge, that is what Brahmins are. Ideally, the worshippers of Ma Saraswati. They worship Saraswati as the goddess of knowledge, goddess of intellect. So painting the whole community bad is something which is atrocious. That kind of viewpoint does not hold. That cannot stick. This cannot be a part of intellectual discourse. Your opinion cannot hold on me. I mean, you see, I also have my faith. I have my beliefs. How can you paint me black? How do you know about my karma? How do you know about the karma of my father, my grandfather, my forefathers? How do you know that? You cannot simply paint me black. And with due respect to anybody and everybody on planet Earth, nobody is Moses, and nobody has given those 10 commandments. It is not cast on stone, and it is not something like the Holy Quran or the Bible. Whatever is written there is sacrosanct. You can have your individual opinions. That's okay. I mean, you can live with them, but do not try to thrust them on everybody and paint everybody black. That is not what the ethos is. That is not what is. We are contributors, and I believe, sir, for me, Hindu, Hindustan, and the other three identities, from Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whoever you are, everybody has contributed with their life, sweat, and blood to build this country and to build this world. It does not matter. When a soldier is killed, they don't know who is he. When there's a bomb blast, you don't know when he is here. When there's a builder, you don't know when he is he. When you're buying your milk, do I ask him, what are you? When I go out to a taxi, do I ask him, what are you? I don't know. He can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, anybody. So where are we dividing the society, and why suddenly this division within Hindu society is being orchestrated? Why are we demonizing a contributing community? Why this hatred is being spread? Well, we'll get to it someday. But my problem is only limited. You can have your individual perceptions and whatever. Keep them to yourself. You want to see yourself as whatever, you're okay. But do not cast aspersions on the entire community, and you have no right to humiliate me if I belong to that community. I object because it's the question of my dignity, my honor, my ethos, my set of beliefs, which we as individuals have full right to contest. So I'm contesting that. It had to be contested. I'm contesting that. So on that note, so we'll move to the current subject, sir. Now, what has happened, Sri sir, today? You see, now Bhagwan Shri Ram Pran Pratishtha is going to happen on 22nd January. It is just 2-3 days away. Now people and the cabal are getting frustrated. I will tell you a couple of reasons, and there are a couple of cautions also which I have to give to people. First thing is, now UP government under the leadership of Yogi Adityanath has made it a public holiday. Schools, colleges all will be closed down, right, sir? Now I'm even hearing that the central government has decided that it will be a half day. I'm not sure on that, but I heard it somewhere. So if it's a half day, well and good. Look, it's an earth event. After 500 years and 135 years in the court, and as per the rule of the law, we have enacted Bhagwan Sri Ram temple. Last time you did a brilliant program on architecture. I was trying to explain people how people from across the world and across the India have contributed, amidst their caste and all have contributed. And I even know people from the Christian community, people from the Islamic community, people from other community have even contributed. And they are extending congratulations to us. Because whatever Babur has done as a terrorist, as an invader, I don't think a present-day Muslim should be held accountable for that. It is none of his mistake. It is not because Babur is a Muslim and I am a Muslim, I have to own up to Babur's mistake. No, nobody is going to own up to Babur's mistake. So he was an invader from Uzbekistan. Now, when this is done, the entire country, the humanity is celebrating it. देखिए हर एक जगह राम है. Ram is present everywhere. So everybody is celebrating this. In this occasion, there are a lot of people who are getting rattled, who are getting frustrated. Now, what do these frustrated people do? Now, they know by attacking Prime Minister Modi, he gets more stronger. He's like a Bali. Bali had this boom. If you attack, you will take your energy, you will take you to. So he's a Bali. When he's a political Bali, you don't attack Prime Minister Modi. So what do? You are trying to find these issues here and there. Oh, what does one Dharam Guru say? What does another Dharam Guru say? Look, Dharam Gurus have their opinion. But the 𝗏𝗼 or the most prominent opinion is of Janta Janardhan. 99.9999999999999% agree with it, and that is what is the public sentiment. That is what is the public mood. If the people are agreeing with it, it is Sri Hari Vishnu, that is Bhagavan Vishnu or Narayan. He's agreeing with it. That settles everything. I might have a point of opinion which is different. That is okay, sir. I have one opinion. I also have one vote. If my vote is equivalent to a billion or a million, then we'll say, oh, what Sumit Peer says matters. No, I have one opinion. I also have one vote. In a democracy, opinions and votes matter, but opinion is one, vote is one. So I can be anybody. I can be a Mukesh Ambani, I can be a Narendra Modi, but my vote is one. I can be a Yogi Adityanath or Sumit Peer, the vote is one. Sree Iyer vote is one. So we have to all limit our things to that. And whenever a big thing, like whenever earth event, I call it an earth event because it's not going to happen again. This earth event is happening. We should not try to find nicks, necks, and corners in it. If with due respect to everybody, if I tell you today, do you have a perfect relation with your father? Answer is no. Do you agree to everything what your father says? Answer is no. Do you agree to everything what your wife says? 100% no. Do you agree to what your son says? 100% no. Do you agree to whatever mother says or what your daughter says? 100% no. Even in a family where we have the same DNA, where we have the same blood, where we have the same genome sequence, we even have our disagreements. But that doesn't mean that we are fighting. We're going to kill each other. No, we should stop the house. If I have a disagreement with my father, that doesn't mean I burn down my house and tomorrow my mother will not cook the food for me. No, it is not going to happen. Dincharya or the Jivan Vyapan will happen. You might have a small disagreements here and there. That is life. But making these disagreements into a political thing, trying to paint somebody black, trying to do all these kind of things, this is not appreciated. It's not what we require. Sir, my limited point is, if when this cabal is frustrated, what are they doing? They are attacking the media. They are saying media has become Godi media. And I'll tell you why they're attacking the media. They will even attack you and me. That is okay. They will attack us because the sentiment of Bhagwan Sri Ram, the sentiment of Ram Mandir as an earth event, because it happens in hundreds of years, is happening and the world is resonating to it. So political parties like Congress don't want to join. They have their political compulsions. I understand they've taken a political gamble. That's up to them. We have discussed that. Now they are targeting the media. So remember when it was Doordarshan and Ramayan was being broadcasted in India when we were kids. People, the ladies will put a dupatta or that ghungat or whatever you call, they will cover their head. You will have a doopbatti, you will have a doop or agarbatti there. Everybody will be like this. That was the respect of Ramayana. When that was still a fiction, that was still a Ramanand Sagarji ka, work of art. Now, when the real Pran Pratishtha is happening, when the real Pujan is happening, when the real thing is happening, when Bhagwan Sri Ram's Mandir is being built, these people are so rattled. They're accusing media because why are you promoting this? Arey Bhaba, this is the biggest event happening in our lifetimes. If media doesn't promote this, what is media doing? Do you want me to cover what happened in Italy's XYZ province, or what happened in Timbuktu, or what happened in Chile, what happened in Argentina? How many miners had a fight with themselves? So that is not the news. The media will reflect the mood and sentiment of the country when it's an earth event happening. What is your problem in media covering this? You can accuse, you can demonize these media, you can tell them go the media, this media, but at the end of the day, if I can be direct, they are all Hindus. They all have sentiments. If I am a media person, you are a media person, you have a wife, I have a wife, you have a mother, I have a mother. So, sir, our sentiment, our family sentiments are also there. So what are we? We are microcosm of the sentiment of the country. So we'll reflect the sentiment of the country. So these people are really rattled. And some people are, okay, is this the way? Is this the way what you say? Is this how you kind of, how you kind of make fun of the honorable Prime Minister of the country? Is this the way? I mean, these are media icons. What do you want to make by doing this? This is something which is highly condemnable. This is talks about your frustration. This talks you lost the plot. This talks that your masters are really pushing you. This talks that you are really rattled because they're only, bhai dekho tumhare paas 3 din hai, you're only 3 days left, and you are trying to move a mountain and try to make it build a controversy, invent a controversy, find a controversy, goddamn patent a controversy, do anything to demonize this. Now, it doesn't end here. You are trying to file petitions in the court, in the Allahabad High Court, telling them, oh, we don't want Prime Minister Modi to go there. Do you believe it, sir? We don't want Yogi Adityanath to go it. Arey Baba, how is it possible? Prime Minister Modi is the Prime Minister of the country. Yogi ji is the Chief Minister of the country. How can you sort it does not have? And now African tribals are singing the bhajans of Bhagwan Shri Ram. It's everywhere in the world. I am seeing the sentiment. It's everywhere in the world. Now, my problem is why Yogi ji should not go there. Why Modi ji should not go there. Forget the Chief Minister of UP. Yogi ji is a yogi. He's a yogi of a very big and a powerful mutt. He is a religious figure. Even if he is not the Chief Minister, even as Yogi Adityanath ji, he has to go there. How are you telling a Chief Minister and a yogi not to go to the Ram Mandir? What kind of hypocrisy is it? Why Modi ji should not go? I was hearing that now for 3 days Modi ji is going to sleep on a wooden plank and with one blanket. He's not going to be on his bed. Any day he's fasting for 11 days. Why the Prime Minister Modi should not go there? Isn't he a Hindu? Practicing Sanatan Dharma isn't his right. Why are we denying right to a practicing Hindu? That is one. Second is that there is some muhurta which is not auspicious. Arey Baba, when all the sants, sadhus, purohits, and everybody is agreeing to a point of view, I might have a different point of view, but that is okay. I mean, I might be 1 out of a billion. It's okay. You are a 1 out of a billion. It's okay. We are not. Nobody is going to come after you. In Hindu Dharma, we don't talk about, we are going to burn the witches. If you talk of leaving the religion, you will go to hell. You will burn in the fire. We don't talk about that. You have an opinion, we respect you. But don't try to thrust your opinion on the opinion of 1 billion people. If 1 billion people think this is the time, this is the place, that is what the time and place is. You can't come and say, because I don't agree to your time and place, we don't want it. Now, there are so many funny things which are happening. No, you should, why is central government giving a holiday? Why is district administration, just 1 second, sir, trying to do this Ramayana, Puja and Path? Arey Baba, what is the problem here? When you have Hajj going on, when you have Vatican celebrations going in the Vatican, how many times have you gone to court and stopped this? How many times have you gone to court and asked them to start the Vatican? Okay. Christians have the right to celebrate, Muslims have the right to celebrate. When it comes to Hindu Dharma and Aastha, why does the hell break loose? Why are you resorting to those hitting below the belt? Why do you want to demonize the environment? Why do you want to vitiate the environment? That is my limited question. By doing this, do you think you are going to make any brownie points? Do you think you will stop this global event? It's a global event. Wake up. There is 1.5 billion people who are waiting 3 billion eyes to make it happen. You cannot stop it. Do you get it right? What is wrong in your head? I mean, you are even making me lose my cool because there are 3 billion eyes waiting for it to happen. By putting a allegation here, by putting a PIL here, by doing this, that. Sir, rok paoge kya? Can you stop it? Are you in your senses? That is the point I want to ask them. So over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to tell people, see, many of us don't know some of the things that are happening. About, Muhurat Kal. About 3 months ago, there was a Congress of astrologers in Kashi. And from all over the country, and perhaps some outside India also, astrologers had assembled, and they were saying, because of rotational changes, because this has not happened in a few decades, they came back and said, look, there is some adjustment you need to do here, because this nakshatra has changed because of the way that the earth rotation has changed. I'll tell you one reason why earth rotation has changed. Sree Gorgeous Dam. There is so much water in one place that it is actually affecting the rotation of the earth. Sree Gorgeous Dam is built in China, and they are always worried when it will break.
Kabhi bhi hoga.
So my thing is that these are all happening so that they want to be as accurate as possible. And one of the things that the British found very, very difficult to dislodge, it's called Kali Panchang. Kali Panchang is the Panchang that is used today to determine all the mathematical calculations of astrology. Everything goes by that. I think this year is Vikram Nam Samvatsara. I don't remember exactly. I could be wrong. Please, I'm not an expert here. But the British wanted to impose that, anything before 4000 BC, that there was no universe, because there was some Irish guy who said that this is when the universe started. And they could not, put it down the throats of Hindus, because they said, no, we have all these things. Ramayana happened 7,000 years ago. So these kinds of things have always been in the way of the Western thinking. And I'll also tell you another thing. I don't know how many of you know, there was a very popular astrologer called Bejan Daruwala. Remember that person, Sumitji?
Yeah.
He used to write columns in periodicals. And actually, he was born a Parsi, and he became a Hindu. He was a Ganesh Bhakt. He taught himself astrology. He was a very popular astrologer. See, there is so much in astrology. I'll tell you one more thing, personal experience. If you accurately know the time of your birth, the place of your birth, and where exactly you were born. I mean, the important time, the place where you're to the closest, accuracy. If you know that year, time, and place, if you know these things, then you can get a very accurate astrological chart of yours. By the way, you will say, oh, how is it that twins are born? One guy had a great life, one guy had a miserable life. The thing about that is there are 16 different aspects to consider in astrology. Everybody tends to only look at Rashi and determine that this is what is your future. That is not true. Somebody who's deeply entrenched in astrology will look at many other aspects. And by the way, the resolution of astrology is 24 seconds. Now you tell me, can twins be born within 24 seconds? No,
impossible. At least a minute or two.
Yeah. So these are all things that you need to go a little bit in deep to understand. This is why somebody's future is not as bright as his twin. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you that there is a lot of depth in this. Astrology is very scientific, but we have to have accurate data. Then you get it right. And back to you, sir. We can get back to you. Just told me about that thing about Mahurat. You want to find faults. There are 100 ways to find faults. This is a once in a millennium event. Once in a millennium. Understand that we are all blessed to be in this time and age. Over to you, sir.
So I completely concur with you. We are blessed, we are privileged, we are lucky that we are born in this era and age. It is a boon in our lifetime. And for people like you and me, Shri sir, even to talk on this to our brothers and sisters is a blessing. I consider it a blessing. Last time I was on an English news channel, I think from 6 a.m. to 4 a.m. I didn't even have water because when the Shilanyas was happening. I said it's a blessing if you're calling me. I mean, who am I out of 1.5 billion people? It's a privilege. Ye to Bhagwan ki kripa if I'm here. So people are trying to diminish or demonize this event by casting aspersions, putting here and there. And even some people have said, oh, why should Prime Minister Modi go there? Why don't you delay it? The Muhurta is not right. Why Shankaracharyas are not being... this is all you are trying to put spanners, and the world is seeing you are trying to put spanners. And trying to move the sentiment against the Brahmins and all is not appreciated. This is not done. We as Brahmins or anybody as a Kshatriya, Vaishya, everybody has contributed. If there's a labor in the Ram Mandir, do I ask him what is his caste? This was anyway Varna Vyavastha. This has nothing to do with birth. So these things have to be called out. And let me tell you, there are 2 or 3 important things which have happened. Now there is 7-layer security in Ayodhya, which has been put in. And as per my sources, all the railway tracks going into Ayodhya and all the railway tracks of UP have been put on high alert. This happened 1 or 2 hours back because there is some intel, something fishy might be planted. What I would request everybody, what I would appeal everybody, kindly be vigilant wherever you are, because the enemies of the country and enemies of the community would try to create a dissonance at every end. Look, when it's powerful Indian army and it's a powerful leader like Prime Minister Modi, nobody can come from outside. Forget it. Nobody can come and disrupt from outside. They will try to use their people or their resources within the country to disrupt it. Now, the intel is, I mean, somebody told me that the intel is that something like 𝗤𝙗𝙗 might be attempted. Something as sinister as 𝗤𝙗𝙗 might be attempted. Because if, unfortunately, something like this happens and, you know, if there was no 𝗤𝙗𝙗, there was no Gujarat, then the things will really go out of the control. Then the people are irritated, people are agitated, and our enemies on the right, left, and the 0.5 within the country, they will be very, very happy to look at it. They'll be just, you know, having the popcorn moment. Chinese will be very happy, by the way. And let me tell you, sir, there is another intel which I'm sharing today. You know, a lot of activities in the Poonch, sector, there is a very strong presence of Turkish intelligence there, which is coordinating with ISI. That is why you had seen those accidents or the incidents happening in the Poonch sector. Now they have been taken care of. So I'm just bringing this in. It's not only ISI which is active here. I know ISI walo, you will be watching this video. And you know, you stop this goddamn drama. When your people getting killed in your country, when your people dying in hundreds a day, you want to celebrate, you want to give a party on the Pran Pratishtha of Bhagwan Shri Ram. What is your relation with Bhagwan Shri Ram? Who the hell are you to celebrate? You are sons of Ghazi and Ghazni. What is your relation with Bhagwan Ram? So, you know, that this is called heights of propaganda. Then when the Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, I'm going up to give a party in Pakistan. I mean, do you think we are fools? Do you think somebody is stupid here? You are working in hand in glove with Turks, and you are killing our Jawans in Poonch. I'm telling you today. If you want, I'll give you the names. I'll give you the bloody names. I don't lose my temper. But stop this drama. Band karo ye drama. Band karo ye natak. Stop this drama. Don't be this double-faced, you know, hypocrites which you are. No, you are trying to do this. You are trying to push India. But I mean, Hindi. I'm going to talk a lot of things now. No, so when this thing is happening, sir, they are trying something sinister as 𝗤𝙗𝙗. People are highly charged. People are highly, Bhagwan na kare, God save us, Mahakal Raksha kare. If something like this happens, the kind of fire it can spread within the country will be uncontrolled. And that is exactly what they want. That is exactly what they will be aiming at. And you know, those people who show hands of Prime Minister Modi soaked with blood today are trying to give parties and trying to befool us. You know, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆 𝗢𝑃𝑔 parakashta. So this is what is happening here. I have nothing against anybody, but stop this propaganda. Stop this propaganda. You are working with Turkish intelligence in Poonch. I will name the person from the Turkish intelligence. I will name the person from the ISI. I will give you his rank. Whom are you working with, and where are you trying to create these ministers? We know you have activated Muslim Brotherhood within India. They have some contacts on who are you trying to activate. But our Shasan, Prashasan, our administration is fully alert. Muslims and Hindus are brothers and sisters. You cannot divide the society. You cannot create another Gujarat. I am telling you, I'm warning you. If you try to do that once again, you will lose parts of your country now. Now, enough is enough. I don't know how much Iran is going to beat shit out of you, but if you do it this time, we will not leave you in one piece. We'll not leave you in one piece. Don't attempt it this time. And stop this 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆. Stop this 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆. Stop this business of 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆. I mean, you work for ISI and try to do this propaganda at our cost and trying to even make money out of that. Money is least of my concern, but stop this propaganda. So all my brothers and sisters, be watchful where you are in public places. If you find any radicalization happening, anything happening, you have Twitter, you have police, you have social media, kindly inform. Do not try to handle on your own. Do not try to get on your own. There are enemies of the country who want Hindus and Muslims to fight, who want Hindus and Sikhs to fight, who want Hindus and Christians to fight, who want a Christian to fight with a Muslim. They want anything to happen. They want to see India burning because they know from outside there is nothing they can do, how to ferment trouble within India. So these are all things which we are seeing suddenly, Sree sir, which are popping up here and there. When you get to the twisted logic of it, you will understand they are under a nefarious design. Nothing happens in geopolitics as a coincidence. Look at the timing of each and everything. My hand-folded request to all, everybody, anybody, First of all, you don't have to go to Ayodhya now. Prime Minister Modi has said ki baad mein aana, come later. But this event is an event of humanity. This is an event of Bharat. This is an event of all of us. We need to be very, very careful against the nefarious designs. They want us to fight each other. They want us to kill each other. They want us to have blood everywhere. We as Indians, 1.4 billion Indians, have to prevent this. We have to stop this. We have full capacity to stop this. We cannot let a handful of 0.1% these jihadis and these nefarious elements and these these sellouts to get together and divide the country and have bloodbath in the country. No, that cannot be happened. Sure, administration and the government is doing its best. They are doing their best to prevent everything. We also need your cooperation. Bhagwan Shri Ram is in our hearts and minds of every Indian. Because your religion can be Islam, it can be Christianity, but at the end of the day, you're Sanatanis. You're all Sanatanis. Somewhere down the line, you converted to Christianity, Islam, whatever. Let's not get into it today, but the DNA is Sanatani for everybody living in India. But that is not true for Pakistanis. No, they've got a mixed DNA with all kinds and types of races in the world. So there is no common DNA between India and Pakistan. There is nothing common between India and Pakistan. And sorry, Prime Minister Modi has categorically stated in his first speech when he got elected from Gujarat, he said, I am born in independent India. What does that mean? Lahore ki galiyan, Amritsar ke kulche, or wo Pindi ki hawaएं, that is none of my business. To me, I am born in a country which is India, and since India and Pakistan, we are hostile neighbors, we live with that. I'm also a person born in independent India. I don't understand Lahore ke kulche, Pindi ki jalebi, it's none of my business. For me, Pakistan is an enemy country, is a hostile country. For me, Pakistan is the people who kills my people. For me, Pakistan is the country who ferments trouble here. For me, Pakistan is the country who activates sleeper cells here. For me, Pakistan is the country who is working with Turkish intelligence and trying to kill my Jawans, my brothers in Punch. So I know what you are up to. So watch yourself. Do not try to fish in troubled waters. And all my brothers and sisters, please be careful. Watch out. The government is doing best. Control your emotions. If you find something, there's a Twitter, there is social media, there are telephone. Just report to the right set of people. Report to the authorities. They know how to take care of. All India is fully equipped to handle this. We have been getting those threats from those caricatures in US, this Pannu and all. I call him a caricature, right? So let's not get into that. That is my only word of caution. There is going to be an outburst of emotions, but all the emotions need to be tactically and technically controlled. Please do not listen to rumors. Rumors can be implanted. WhatsApp images can be implanted. Those fake news can be peddled. Please, we want peace, harmony, and brotherhood in this country. We don't want anything else. That is what should prevail. We should show to the world that this country has the courage to take the bravest of the things and the toughest of things, united as 1.4 billion people. That is the message we should go to our enemies on the right, left, and wherever they are in the world. On that note, Sri sir, would like to rest my thoughts here, because I think we had a very good discussion. And for the sake of God, Brahmins have been contributors. We are humble servants of Ma Saraswati. Our job is only to transfer knowledge and wisdom, nothing else. Koi apeksha aur nahi hai bhai. We don't want anything else. Knowledge and wisdom, we are happy with it. We don't want to be rich. We don't want powerful. We don't want kingdoms. We have never aspired to one. People wearing a dhoti and a kurta and having a choti, with all due respect to everybody, like Acharya Chanakya. What do you aspire them to get? What are they looking for? And anybody can be a ruler. Anybody can be a soldier. Anybody can be Kshatriya. Anybody can be a Vaishya. Anybody can be anybody. This is modern India. And let's not cast aspersions. If something happened 10,000, 20,000 years back, that was an individual incident. That is one odd incident. If that would be true today, you would have a million videos coming to social media today. Show me one video. There's not even one video. There's not even one evidence. So whatever happened 10,000, 20,000 years back, that is an individualistic incident. And if there's a criminal, he's from any caste, any religion, any tribe. And if there's a good man, he's from any caste, any religion, any tribe. Because he is from this caste, we cannot cast aspersions. Because he's from this tribe, we cannot cast aspersions. Let's not get into that trap. Please, we are Indians, and for all Hindus, it is Hindu, it is Om, and it is Bharat. That is it. That's the only pehchan we have. Let's stick to that. Namaskar, sir.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji. That was very nice. Viewers, I just wanted to tell you again how easily you can subscribe to PGurus channel. See, you go to pgurus.com, pgurus.com, And then if you scroll down, you will see auto subscribe. You pick which language channel you want to subscribe, and then you click on the YouTube icon. If you go hover near the YouTube icon to the right of cancel, you will see the things change to a finger. You click there and you are automatically subscribed to all the channels. As simple as that. So just a small request to all of you. We are at 473,000 now. We wanted to get to 500,000 in the next few days, and it is possible. Anything is possible. Bus, it's your icha. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. Let's take
click kar lo sir, kar lo aaj kar lo bhai. Please click today. So why is on 22nd January? I think the best gift to PGurus channel, Sree Iyer sir, me is that if we are at 500,000, we will say that we've really achieved something. We will have Pran Pratishtha of Bhagwan Shri Ram, and here we'll be at 500,000, and that is what we will expect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's now take some questions. Magnet Rangaji is asking, Jai Shri Ram, doesn't the cabal understand the more they oppose, the stronger the support to Ram Mandir gets?
Sir, the cabal is desperate. Their masters are desperate. They are pushing them, and when people lose sense of mind and proportion, they do mistakes. So that now these mistakes are done because the pressure is building up. When the pressure is building up, they have to be seen something. I'll tell you a US slang, sir. The corporate slang is when you are in the fourth quarter, you don't know what the hell to do. Now start traveling like hell. That is exactly what people are doing. You don't know what the hell to do. Start traveling like hell. I will be here. It's exactly that pressure that you have only 3 days left now. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So these people will be going hammer and tongs for next 3 days. That's why I'm saying don't believe WhatsApp rumors. Don't believe those morph pictures. Don't get into rumor mongering. Verify, validate, wait for confirmation, because anything to everything can be implanted now to disrupt the peace and harmony of the country.
Next one, please. Kesar wants to know, at Rameshwaram, Lord Rama himself did Prana Pratishtha of a Shivalinga. There was no temple. He did Prana Pratishtha and later the temple was built. Why so much fuss about temple completion?
Sir, you said it right, Kesarji. I could not have summed it better. Because it is an orchestrated design to cause dissonance and demonize a particular community and demonize some particular people. So you want to, I will tell you something. If you have one bucket, big bucket, 100-liter bucket of milk, I get one 𝗏𝗫, one big spoon of curd and put into it. What will happen to it? Milk will lose its shape. So we have to ensure that this one, 𝗏𝗫 or one big teaspoon or big spoon of curd doesn't get into milk. As long as we have been able to protect our milk, we are done. But the enemies of the nation will try everything. They don't like us. They don't like our progress. They don't like this unity. They don't like India to go and prosper. So they will go to any extent. How can you stop them? And let me tell you, Kesarji, they will say we have a right to try. They will not say it, but they will still try. You have to prevent them. We have to be together. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, everybody has to get together to defeat those enemies of the humanity and enemies of the country.
I don't know how many of you have actually studied the life of Rama when he was growing up as a boy. Many rishis of that time, they sought out this boy. They saw in him something different. And they taught him so many different Ashtra Shastra. For example, he knew Brahmastra. He knew how to use Brahmastra. And these are all little stories. We need to go back and look at some of these things, because in a grander narrative where we always talk about how good triumphs over evil, we don't understand or realize the import of how the sages at that time immediately recognize this is a boy who is special.
Who has that thing in him?
Yes. Next one, please. Mahendra Botra wants to know, what is the problem with Rahul Gandhi? Why is he going against Ram Mandir? Is he not a Hindu? Oh, to doubt hai.
Botra ji, this question you have to ask to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And I don't know what his religion is. Honestly, I have no idea what his religion is. But even if you talk politically, it's a big disaster for Congress party not to go to Pran Pratishtha Bhagwan Shri Ram. And these people will pay a price which is unparalleled and never heard of when it comes to electoral. Because you see, every Hindu is irritated. Even if I'm a Congress worker, for example, I'll say, I'm a Hindu. Why my party is not going for the biggest Hindu event? Why I'm a Hindu? Why are you insulting my faith? Because at the end of the day, who are your workers? 80% of your workers will be Hindus, na? So if you don't go there, they will be irritated. And even some Muslim workers will be irritated. Why are you trying to bring Rajniti into everything? Why are you trying to build this anti-Hindu narrative into everything? They will not be also happy with it, because in politics, you are there to win. You are not there to pamper the egos of your top bosses. And even if it means having an electoral debacle, you are okay with it. But with Nehru Gandhi family, ego sabse upar. Ego is paramount. That's it.
Next one, please. Venkatraman Iyer wants to know, the construction in Pran Pratishtha is a humongous achievement by the Modi Sarkar for which no words are enough. Opposition will never improve and will regret their decision. Your views. Venkatramanji, this is actually a private body, and the money that has been raised is your money and my money. We have all contributed towards it. We have all donated in our own little way, and that is the money that has gone to, like, they are close to now 5,500 crores that has gone into the building of the temple. Do watch my story episode on Ram Mandir architecture, why, and all the other mandirs that are going to be there in the same complex. I've done this thing now in 3 languages, Hindi, English, and Tamil. And whichever one you are comfortable with, feel free to look at it and you'll understand the importance of this. Next one, please. Sorry, sir, मैं आपको आंसर करने की कोशिश चांस नहीं दे रहा हूँ. If you want to add, please.
It's perfectly okay, sir. That part of your video was fantastic. I would recommend everybody to watch it so that you understand what is Raghuvanshi. And Shri sir made a very important revelation that day. Why did Ghazni break the Shivlinga of Somnath temple? Even I didn't know that. I have to acknowledge it. I learned from Shri sir that, why did he even not take 1 crore Swarna Mudras? Still he decided to break the Shivlinga, and we know. But what to do? Vijay, what have Ji?
Vijay Kumar Srivastava wants to know, will Pakistan reach for help to Islamic countries who are anti-Iran? Anyway, Jai Shiv Shankar, work hard.
Vijay Srivastava, I think there's a division in the Islamic world. Nobody wants to get close to Pakistan, because getting close to Pakistan is giving them money, and Pakistan is in the business of jihad. They are not doing jihad, they are in the business of jihad. So we'll have a very fantastic session at 9:30 IST on Pakistan. We are going to talk about a lot of things. We are going to talk about 𝗤𝙗𝘅, what 𝗤𝙗𝘅 has cut the deal with Afghani Taliban. We are going to give you a lot of revelation, a lot of inside stories, what Pakistan is going to do. And of course, what our favorite Al-Taqiya gang is doing and lipstick nail polish gang is doing. We are going to talk about a lot of things. But she said, let me tell you one thing, important thing. When you are fighting for the country, when you start single. But I'm telling you, with every day, more and more people join you, more and more brothers and sisters join you. One day you become a force. The idea of that force stops the heartbeat of enemies, seizes their hearts. That is what is the power of being together.
Next one, please. Sudhir Bhatt wants to know, how can we get rid of this left liberal cabal from India? They have been there for a long time. In fact, they have been ruling the roost. Not so easy.
We are exposing them. The more we expose them, Bhatt, the more their power will diminish. When the power diminishes, their masters will find them useless.
Next question. Ruban Loganathan wants to know, Sumitji, why Hindus in Malaysia and Singapore are more united as one community compared to Hindus in India as they fight for their rights together?
You see, Loganathan ji, you see, there Hindus are a minority, and minority tends to be more cohesive. Here, unfortunately, for last 30-40 years, Hindus have been divided because of political reasons. You are a Yadav, you should vote for me. You are a Brahman, you should vote for me. You are a Dalit, you should vote for me. You are from this community. You are a Vokalinga, you should vote for me. You are a Lingayat, you should vote for me. You are a Reddy, you should vote for me. Because this division fermented over last 5 decades, 50 saal, has weakened those bonds. But what Prime Minister Modi is doing, what BJP is doing, they are trying to talk about Hindu identity. They are not talking what is your caste, what is your linguistic, which language do you start. No, that is not the issue at all. What is the common joining thread? It is Hindu. Let me tell you, sir, if I get milk from Tamil Nadu, it will be milk. If I get milk from Kashmir, it will be milk. If I get milk from Madhya Pradesh, it will be milk. If I get milk from Gujarat, it will be milk. If I get milk from Guwahati, it will be milk. Because that is the commonness of the milk, right? The taste might be a little bit here and there. That is what Hindu is. Our joining factor is Hindu, but what they have done, so this might become a block. I'll tell you, there is what we say 80-20 Rajniti is in India. But when you talk of 20 or 15, it's a consolidated block of 15. When you talk of 80, there are segments of 80. 5, 10, 5, all sum total is 80. So when somebody is trying to get that 80 together, you see Ram Mandir is an event which is getting 80 together. That's why the Cabal said they don't want that. They want you to be known as a Yadav. They want you to be known as an Iyer, an Iyengar, Linga, Vokalinga, Yadav, Kshatriya, Punjabi, then Brahman, X type of Brahman, then Y type of Brahman. So they want these divisions to exist. They don't want you to be as one entity. So that is why you are seeing these fictions and fractions. You see how much of politicization is done because one Shankaracharya ji does not agree with the one point of view. You see, there's that politicization about it. Suddenly Brahmins are becoming enemies. Where on this earth did Brahman? It has become a Brahman fault. Arey bhai, Brahmins are the most humble community. All the invaders have the first person they killed was a Brahman. The first person they slaughtered was a Brahman. The first, I don't want to get into the first woman they raped were Brahman women, because they knew that these Brahmins will not allow this invasion, this cultural invasion to happen. They want the example they wanted to set was Brahman. In Kashmir, everybody was a Brahman. They converted everybody. They converted 98% of the people because they wanted to send a message, right? It is Kashmiri Brahmins who went to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, said, please save us from Aurangzeb. I have narrated that story to you. So, because they were the targets, because if you convert the Brahman, then converting others becomes very easy. What did Guru Maharaj tell Aurangzeb? You convert me, the whole India will convert. Could Aurangzeb convert one Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji? No, he could not. He could not. That is why he's called Chadre Hind. So these are the facts we should know, and let's, for the sake of God, we are all Hindus, sir. Sikhs are our brothers, Jains are our brothers, Muslims are brothers. This is all one community. Hindustan, India, Bharat, Baat Khatam. Let's not get into these divisions. This is not the time. We have to become the #1 economy of the world. Most humane, most generous, and most forthcoming society should come from Bharat. That should be our objective mission. Not these trivial politics and all. The time and era of that is gone.
Ruben, just wanted to give you some historical perspective about Hindus in Malaysia and Singapore. They are not really living a life of comfort. It is a little bit difficult. Singapore is okay because it's got this aura of a trading center and so on and so forth. Plus, it's also gaining from what is happening in Hong Kong. But I can tell you that Singapore is just a benevolent dictatorship, and they are very, very particular about maintaining a certain ethnic percentage of their population. I don't know how they are achieving it. Clearly, they have kept out all the radical Muslims out of this small island, even though right across the border of Singapore, South Malaysia is where the Muslims are radicalized the most. Guess who's radicalizing them? Our own SOB, Zakir Naik. This guy is wanted here.
Zakir Naik.
Yes. So, and as far as Hindus of Malaysia are concerned, you will be surprised to know the amount of racism that exists against Hindus. Hindus have to do their own education institutions. They have to have their own companies. They have to have their own silo in which they'll find employment. It is really bad in Malaysia, and they are very afraid to speak up because they are hardly 8% or 7% of the population.
7-8%.
7-8%. Yeah. And also, I'll tell you, how did Hindus happen to settle in Malaysia, Singapore, and many other parts of the world? The British took them. Slave labor. They made them to work in the rubber plantations in Malaysia. They had them run the countries. Kenya, Uganda, many countries in Africa. And when they left, they just left them alone. In fact, there's a very interesting story that in 1945, when the Second World War ended, there was, I think, 5,000 army troops, which consisted primarily of Sikhs. Sikhon ko wahan raga gaya tha, Malaysia mein. And those guys were told, this is India, this is British property, India also is British property. If you want to go back to India, you pay for your own fare. So many people didn't have the money, so they settled down there. Today, if you go to Malaysia, you will see a fluent Tamil-speaking Sikh. The man will have a turban and he'll speak Pakka Tamil. You know why? Because they married into the Indian community. And most of the girls and the people that they had gone to work there were all Tamil speaking. So you have integration of an amazing kind that you see there. And a lot of things have to improve, and it will improve. That is this Sanatana Dharma, Ram Mandir. This is going to give that spiritual leadership for the world. Spiritual leadership for the world.
Magnet. That
Yes.
is the magnet of the world. And we are the pins who are floating in the air. And let me tell you one more thing, sir. In my experience of working in Malaysia, I was not living there, but I used to go for work there. You know, there's concept of this Bhumiputra company. Bhumiputra means, if you go by the Sanskrit meaning, that means the son of the soil.
Son of the soil. Right.
Bhumiputra essentially means a Malaysian Muslim. If you're a Malaysian born Hindu and you have a company, you're not considered a Bhumiputra. This is the difference. This is the hypocrisy.
200 years ago, man. I mean, what are you talking about? And it's not like they wanted to go and settle there. These guys got settled by the British. Itna gandagi fail rakha hai, I tell you, it's just blood boils. Next one, please. This is the question in Telugu. I'll read it to you and I'll translate it back to you. Jay wants to know, Jagan Hayam Nunji AP lo Kraistava Matam Perugutondi, Dini reverse cheyadaniki edaina roadmap unda. So he has got a little bit of English. What he's saying is, under Jagan Mohan Reddy's rule in Andhra Pradesh, there is rampant conversion going on. Is there a way to reverse it? My own good friend Prakash Rao, you know, I can't tell you enough about him. Sumiji, you don't know this gentleman. He has the biggest Bhagavad Gita chanting Guinness Book record. He got so many children to come. He has built a beautiful Sankat Vimochan Hanuman temple in a suburb in Dallas. And there, the children gathered together to chant Bhagavad Gita. And this is a Guinness record. This happened 2-3 years ago. And, you know, Sumiji, he believes in Hinduism so much. अपनी जो retirement की जो आती है ना, US में there is something called social security that pays you back once you are retired. He is now in his 80s, 84 or 85, and very, very fit and, you know, fighting fit. And he actually is taking all his life savings and he's putting it back in Andhra Pradesh, where he's doing a lot of ghar wapsi, lot of it. I myself have seen with my own eyes. I mean, his foundation is called Global Hindu Heritage Foundation, GHHF. Those of you who want to donate, it's a 501c organization, so you can get a tax season is in just a couple of months away. You can donate and you can get the exemption from your taxes for that. So please consider donating to ghhf.org. So this is happening. Jayji, please don't lose hope. This is a for some reason, and I don't understand this. Modi government, as well as many others, are giving Jagan Mohan Reddy an easy pass. They are not really rapping him on the knuckles and saying, don't do this thing. You know, amazing thing, 15,000 rupees a month. There is something called as a village volunteer officer in every village in Andhra Pradesh that Jagan Mohan administration has appointed. Coincidentally, amazingly, they all belong to the same community.
Chamatkar.
I
want
just, yeah, go ahead, sir.
I wanted to add one sentence, sir. Jai, sir, what my humble request to you is, we as Sanatanis have to get into one practice. As per the Sanatan Dharma, whatever you earn, 1%, 3%, 5%, 7%, 9%, up to 11% you have to donate. If we all find viable causes, let's say I'm earning 10,000 rupees, only 10,000 rupees. So how much is 3%? It's 300 rupees. So if we find viable causes like this organization and others, and if we make a regular habit of donating this, I'm earning 1 lakh rupees, I have to donate, let's say 3,000 rupees or 11,000, up to me, whatever, how much I can afford, or even 1,000. Imagine the quantum of money that the society can generate every month. And then the sir is talking about this gentleman who is 84-year-old. You know how many of such people and organizations you can create. Then you expect a counter resistance, because the other side has money. They have people, they have money. What does our side doesn't have? Our side doesn't have money. The problem is there is intent, but where is the money? Unless and until we all decide that 1%, 3%, 5, 7 or 9 or 11, whatever I decide of my income per month will be donated. I can assign, okay, 300 here, 300 here, 500 here, 300 here, you know, whatever. As you're earning, I'm earning a lakh of rupees. I've decided to donate 5,000. I allocate it. I go and do, in my bank, set a monthly recurring, every month that should go. That is how you will be able to salvage a lot of problems within the society and get a lot of things right. But let's take that pledge that we do it now. Let's do the Shubha Muhurta on 22 January, sir. Jai sir, do the on 22 January. No, it's the most apt Muhurt to start.
Yes, yes. Next question, please. Thank you, 𝙥𝙤𝙤𝘀𝘆 for your super sticker. Much obliged. Thank you, Saravanan Sellan, for your super sticker. Narayan ji पूछ रहे हैं, do you think BJP's PR machinery is lacking in fighting the cabal's propaganda?
I think, sir, a lot of work is done, but imagine something which has taken roots for 65 years cannot be uprooted so fast. Today, at least we are calling it a cabal is 50% of the work, sir. We are calling it a cabal and not as an outlet or a thing. The name cabal talks about 50% of the work is at least done. You and me are discussing this, 50% of the work is done. So what do we try to do at PGurus channel? And when you're sharing these videos, what are you trying to do? You are trying to get this message transmitted to a lot of other people who might not see this, right? So that is what is the idea when we request you to kindly share this video, because the message has to go to a lot of people. Ultimately, propaganda's only answer is awareness. And when I'm aware, propaganda cannot exist. It's as simple as that.
Next one, please. Nitin Bharadwaj wants to know, I know a guy whose DNA test exactly matches with his Jatakam, which were written about 55 years to the test date, which match date, time and minutes and seconds. Very good, Nitin ji. You will see that there is a correlation. I mean, I have seen my horoscope match exactly how my future is. I know what my future is. And I'm very happy with it. I'm very contented with it. And see, everybody come to earth with a purpose. It is your Purva Janma Punya that helps you make better life for others. Think about others first. That is my small, simple request to all of you. And I just go by one phrase in 𝗤𝙧 Upanishad, Satyam Vada Dharman Chara. That means speak the truth, follow the path of Dharma. This is like an convocatory address. The Guru is telling all the Sishyas who have finished Gurukul, and they are going to go to the outside world. And this is where you have the other famous phrase, Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe. All this is in that one small thing, 15-20 minutes, 𝗤𝙧 Upanishad. Chant it, guys. You will see so much clarity in life. Next one. Raghuram Pillari Setti wants to know, does PGurus agree with Shankaracharya of Puri on untouchability, etc.? Raghuram ji, see, this is a very inclusive religion. People will have their own ideas and opinions. You see, you take what you think is right. You make your own decision engine. Don't listen to somebody else. It doesn't matter whether they are, Shankaracharya or something else. God has given us a brain. Why don't we use that and analyze it? Next one, please. Thank you, Srinivas MS. You are doing a great job, Iyer ji. Your contribution to Hindu awakening is praiseworthy. Shouldn't our acharyas show similar effort? Please weigh in. Srinivas ji, the last time a Shankaracharya tried this, he was put in jail. What did we Hindus do? 2004. Kanchi Shankaracharya was put in jail on a frivolous reason.
Diwali night.
On Diwali day. Yes. Right. I mean, so we are not awakening. Now only we are awakening. It took a Modi's resounding victory in 2014 and another one in 2019 and presumably another one in 2024 that tells that, look, enough is enough. This thing, you are misguided souls. See how many people are spewing venom. Don't they understand that they need to first go back and look at the other side before they weigh in? Anyway, so I'll leave it at that. We have another program in about half an hour's time. So we're going to wrap up now. Jate, see, let us remember Mahadev.
Ji, sir. I thank you very much for all your time and attention, and we hope you will share and like the video. Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Har 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 Mahadev.
Mahadev.